Ryan Poles essentially gave a big hint on what the Bears plan to do with the number 10 overall pick in this year's draft. So what is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, guys, please do hit that subscribe button down below. I apologize if my voice sounds a little strange, weird. I'm a little under the weather here, but fighting through it because we got to put out the content for you guys. So here we are showing up like I need to. So as far as the video itself, we're talking about Ryan Poles, who was talking about in a recent interview about the Bears, thought process at number 10 and what they plan on doing. And he talked about specifically the blue chip players in this year's draft. So the blue chip players are like those, rock solid. Hey, there's very little chance these guys bust and turn out to be absolute studs, superstars like those guys. He talked about them and he said the following quote: "The top blue players, I think that's condensed pretty small in round one. And then there's a wide range of really good starting level players that are going to range from probably single digits all the way to 50, 60, 70. Okay?" End quote. That's essentially what he said. And so reading between the lines here, Ryan Poles is basically saying that, hey, there's a few blue chip players that are available in obviously the first couple of picks. And then after that, there's not a lot of difference here between, draft picks in terms of, earlier in the first round to later in the first round. So essentially what he's signaling towards is a trade down. All right. If the Bears don't have a player that they like at number 10 when their turn comes up, they're going to trade down. That's what I read in between this. All right. And Greg Gabriel, a longtime scout for the NFL, he also posted a tweet about these sort of blue chip players he believes are in this year's draft. Now, I don't fully agree with this itself, but just given perspective here. So he says the blue chip players in this draft in no particular order are Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, Mason Graham, Ashton Jeanty, Tyler Warren, Jelon Walker. All right. He did not mention the quarterbacks, and I certainly don't think Shedeur is. And some people do think that Cam Ward is. So those are the guys that he mentioned. And so what is that? 3, 6, maybe 7 blue chip players. So if that is the case, then you're basically saying everyone from 8 down isn't one. And so there's not a lot of difference between 8 to 10 to 13 to 16 to 20 to 25, right? Like that's essentially what Ryan Poles is saying here. So to me, I seriously think he is going to signal towards a trade down here. When the Bears come up at number 10, when their pick comes up at 10, and they don't have a guy that they are in love with, like an Ashton Jeanty, if he doesn't fall to them, or maybe a Will Campbell, then I believe he trades down. And I'm all for it because, look, folks, this draft is so deep and you have holes that you still need to fill out. Go ahead and get as many draft picks as possible. Just load up everywhere. This is cheap labor, cheap talent. Like, this is the best way to supplement the team with low-paying players, right? Because you don't have to pay them as they're on the rookie contract. So to me, I'm all for it, man. I told you guys my thoughts, right? I want Jeanty. If he's not there, I want Will Campbell. And if Will Campbell's not there, I want to trade down. That's essentially how I feel about it. And I think the Bears are in agreement here. So to me, I think we should be gearing up for a trade down here with the Bears, not only because of the fact that the Bears might not like anybody at 10 when their turn comes, but more so because other teams might get desperate to jump into the top 10 to get their guy. One of the quarterbacks, if they fall, Shedeur Sanders falls to 10, there's going to be a bunch of teams clamoring to go out and get him and trade up for him. So keep your eye out for that, folks. I think it is a very real possibility. In fact, I would tell you that that is probably at this point the most realistic possibility is that they will trade down, in assuming, again, those guys are gone, and I think they will be. So to me, that's where I'm at with this, people. So I'm all for it. Let me know what you guys think. Should the Bears trade down? I say yes. Leave a comment down below. What say you, as always?